Today's Sunday, it's the 11th of September 2022 and we're down in Palmanova, and just a little bit different today. We're actually starting by the roundabout, which is where we come into Palmanova, and it's where we normally park the car. And I am starting the video here because people were asking, where is the Chinese shop, or where is Aldi in respect to Palmanova? Well, if you come up to this monument, which is a monument to the Guardia Civil officers who lost their lives in a bombing here in Majorca, just cross over, Anita's crossing over. Then if you carry on up that way, there's a school on the opposite side, and there's a car wash on this side. Then just beyond the car wash is the Chinese shop, which sells just about everything and anything. Maybe some of it is questionable quality, but if you want a screw, then I don't think it's going to matter too much. Aldi is just behind the school there, so the safest way, I suppose, is to go up that way. There's also a Lidl up there, which is obviously very similar to Aldi, and there is a new shop which we haven't been to called Teddy, and hopefully we'll get to that. It's a little bit like the Chinese shop, but a bit more arty crafty. So those of you who might be interested in arty crafty things, Teddy might be a place for you. So Anita's already making her way down. Across the road there, Cayuco, is a bar which you go for a coffee or a beer. Tapas they do. I only ever go there for a coffee occasionally, but always full of locals. So we're walking down now towards the beach in Palmanova and towards the heart, which is where we normally start our videos. So I'll let you see a little bit of the walk down here. Across the road we've got Optica, which is making your eyes tested and done. People used to come here because it was cheaper to have their eyes tested and new glasses. I don't think they do that so much now with Specsavers, which we also have. Here's one of the news agents where you can buy some of the local press and the local English press as well, which is the Daily Bulletin, which is no longer daily. I think maybe we'll get that now, or do you want to get it on the way back?
On the way back.
We'll get on the way back. Bars down this part of the road open quite early, and people come in for a morning coffee, come to read the newspapers. I'm going to cross over because it's a bit shadowy over that side. Take the light in the hands, across the road. The temperatures for the beginning of September have been exceptionally high. There's a thermometer usually up here and it doesn't even give a temperature. When I looked out on our terrace this morning at about 8 o'clock this morning, it was showing 26 degrees in the shade at 8 o'clock in the morning. And from then on the temperatures will go up and up. And probably into the 30s. So I put a video out yesterday, which was on the Saturday, to say no videos, and the reason for no videos is it's just really difficult for us now that we're back at work to get out and make the videos, and also by the time I come home in the evening it's still really hot, so it's not comfortable to walk. So apologies if the videos are not as regular as they have been during the holiday period, but I think once the temperatures dropped a little bit we'll be able to do more evening videos, and then the only issue will be light. When it goes dark you can't video, but anyway, we'll do what we can, and thank everybody for all the support and the kind messages. that they've been given to us over the last couple of years now. We've been making these videos. We're just getting close to the beach, close to the heart, close to the sea. There is a breeze today, so I'm sure that's going to affect the sound quality. I'm hoping when the new GoPro comes out it will have a solution to the sound. Many people have recommended I get another microphone, but I use a 360 GoPro and that doesn't actually have the facility to plug an external microphone in, or even to do it wirelessly, so something that GoPro needs to sort out, or I'm going to have to go for a different sort of camera.
People in the sea, best place to be.
I think being in the sea is definitely the best place to be. There's lots of people already in the sea, and some people have written to me already saying that they've just arrived on their holidays here, like the tour bus that's just coming in there. People arrived and it's just so hot. You just spend your time in the water, and that's one of the beauties of obviously living on an island like Mallorca, is that we are surrounded by these wonderful beaches, and Palmanova is lucky enough to have 3 really good sandy beaches. This is the first of the beaches, the one that is the most east. Green flags out today and the weather forecast is good. There's no warnings today for anything, no warnings for high temperature or strong winds, so it's going to be a good day today. Temperatures are going to be high though. This beach is one beach that has actually been designated as smoke-free, so you're not supposed to smoke on this beach. I'm not sure how or if it's being enforced. I've not read anything about it other than the fact that they were doing it, and they're doing it as a trial in a couple of other places on the island and on the mainland as well, so smoking is gradually being banned. There was actually a call to ban smoking in public places altogether. I think that one might have been shelved. A lot of Spanish people still do smoke. It would have my support because I don't like smoking. Yesterday we were watching the procession and the battles down in Santa Ponsa, and where we were standing there was someone smoking, and it really isn't very nice. So yeah, it would get my support, but I don't think the general population would support it, so we just have to move away from these people. In most closed public spaces it's banned, so we go to the football matches, you're not allowed to smoke there, which is good because people used to smoke all around you and it was very unpleasant. Perhaps not as unpleasant as sitting on an aeroplane, sitting next to somebody who was smoking.
I never used to do that.
I can't believe that they allowed people to smoke on aeroplanes, but they did. Good morning. Oh, hello, how are you? Good to see you back on the island. Well, that was really nice to see friends there who've come across to say hello. Oh, it's hot. We'd normally be stopping in the Beehive for a coffee, but we're going to make progress towards the Santa Lucia Hotel. And well, one of our viewers, Audrey, has left some patterns there for Anita, some knitting patterns. Can't believe that Anita is still knitting. It's So hot, yet there she is with the wool draped all over her knees. Yes, we do have the air conditioning on, and so it's a bit more... Ooh, nearly got bombed there by a date. So the palm trees that we are walking under are date palms, but up until now we haven't actually had the climate for the dates to ripen properly. So they're usually cut down, and that one actually just dropped down. Quite a little bomb when it comes down. But with the way that the temperatures are going, maybe we will have the climate for dates to ripen on the trees. This is sea rose. Normally we'd go around the headland, but we're taking the the cooler, shady way round today. So sea rose has got a terrace here, which is not quite open yet. We are still only 10:30 in the morning. And then the restaurant, which we haven't been to for a long time, so maybe it's somewhere we have to call into. This is the stadium. Open from Tuesday to Sunday from 7:30 p.m. Anita's on the lookout for a dress. So as we go past News Style, she's going to have a look inside there, see what she can find. Not for me, I'm afraid. Years ago there used to be a bar here called Camelot, which belonged to a friend of ours. It's all changed over the years. Harvey, someone who's been watching some of the videos, has been telling me how watching videos that we make, how it brings back these memories of when he used to live here in Mallorca. And that's really good, it really makes me feel good. Just up the road there's another car park, which we sometimes use. It gets full very early on, particularly this time of the year. So we usually go for the bigger one, which is where we started our walk today. Lemon Tours, and they booked the Marineland for us and got us a good price, so quite happy with how they worked. And here you can book all your different things. Exchange rate, if you've got pounds, it's 111. Don't know how that compares with the banks today. If you're thinking of different ways of spending money over here, one thing my son-in-law swears by is Revolut. You might want to have a look at that. It's like a debit card that you fill up with pounds or whatever currency you want to. Sorry. And they will allow you to pay in dollars, pounds or euros. So it's an alternative way. He says it's a cheaper way of exchanging money. I don't know, but it's got to be worth checking out. I need to see some more dresses. Across the road we've got Nova E Tapa. I mention it quite a lot because we enjoy going there, because that's the sort of food we both like. Tapas, it's varied, and they produce them good tapas at a fair price, right opposite McDonald's, which we don't go to, just not very often. I was always surprised actually here. There's two things that I like about McDonald's. One, you can buy a beer, which you couldn't in the UK, and two, coffee was actually not too bad. Whereas the coffee in the UK used to be, I'm not talking about 30 years ago, so I don't know what it's like now, but 30 years ago coffee at McDonald's was pretty awful. I quite like the coffee at McDonald's here. But if they didn't make good coffee, they wouldn't sell it, because coffee is something that Spanish people really do like. Anita has spotted a dress. Am I calling back later unless she spotted something else? Shops on this side not open yet. It's Sunday and everyone needs a day of rest, but I think they'll probably open later on and stay open for the afternoon. Question that was asked in one of the messages I was sort of replying to this morning was, where is the market in Palmanova? Well, there isn't one. We don't have any regular market in Palmanova. There are certain markets at different times of the year to celebrate different fiestas, but nothing on a regular sort of basis.
They have things here in the evenings, don't they, along here?
Yeah, so what you find is, we're just from McDonald's on this part of the promenade, there'll be little pop-up stalls that will sell certain artisan things. Oh, you've been watching the video?
Yeah, I'm from Ireland, so I've
Yes.
been watching them for the last number of months before I come over.
Ah, thanks, and thanks for stopping and saying hello.
Oh
Yes.
no, well done, really,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I thought you might have been. I saw today you weren't doing any videos because you had your thing up.
Well, the weekends we're not working, but in the week we work, so it's hard in the week, and the temperatures at the moment are just
really mad, are they?
Yes.
it's really hot.
God. But
Anyway.
look, I don't interrupt you.
No,
No
it's fine,
problem,
it's nice.
really nice. Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
We both really enjoy that when people will stop, take the time out to stop, say hello, and tell us about the videos that they've been watching. So thank you very much for that. Right, Anita's going across the road because that's where the shops are. Just going past the Tropico and the Tropico cocktail bar there, and they sell pizzas and little snacks and things. So actually quite a nice place to sit across the road from this particular part of the beach. You're literally just a few meters away. I have read some good and some bad reviews of the Tropico, so it's not a 5-star hotel by any means, so you have to expect a little bit, but there's no excuse if it's not clean. So that was one of the issues. So people have complained, and different results. Anyway, oh, Anita seems to be in Anita heaven over there. She's found a Moda Lore, which is got hundreds of dresses there. She's holding up a red dress, and I'm sure if she buys a red dress, she'll be wearing it to the football matches. So later on today, Mallorca have got one of their biggest matches of the season. They've travelled now to Madrid, and they were there yesterday, and they're going to be playing Real Madrid 2 o'clock this afternoon. We're not going to Madrid to watch the match, we're going to be staying here, but what we do is we go down to the football ground and we join with many of the other supporters to watch the match at the Majorca cafe, which is actually inside the football ground area. And we go with a friend, and he writes the articles for the Mallorca Daily Bulletin. That's Monroe Bryce, and you can get that online. If you go to Mallorca Daily Bulletin online, you'll find the articles, and you'll find Monroe's articles there. He's always very knowledgeable about football, and very knowledgeable about Real Mallorca in particular. So if you want any information, he's the one who will tell you all the statistics about Mallorca, and he's been watching them for well over 30 years as a season ticket holder. So looking forward to that match, though I think neither he or I are too optimistic about the result. Last time we played Real Madrid we lost 6-1, so hoping for something a little bit better than 6-1 this afternoon. It's a 2 o'clock fixture. We've had we've got 3 2 o'clock fixtures at this time of the year, which is really not very good. The temperature is just way too high to be playing football at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there have been protests by the fans. The club had to respond and say that they protested already to La Liga, but La Liga were not forgiving at all, and the matches are still going ahead at 2 p.m. The problem with the time is the heat. It is just really, really hot, but the reason is all about money, money that's coming from television rights. Real Mallorca have become very popular, like one of the most popular La Liga teams in the Far East, in Japan and in South Korea. We do have an excellent footballer, a young man named Kangin Lee, who's now a Majorca player, and he has spectacular skills and has become now a regular starter in the 11 that the manager's picking for the teams. So he is a real big draw, and he's a really good player. He's only young, so he's got a little bit of the edges to be polished up a little bit, but he is one of the reasons that we're so popular in the Far East, particularly in South Korea. And then the other one in Japan is Kubo, Take Kubo, who is actually no longer a player of Real Mallorca. He has moved on, but he became a Mallorca player. He's played a couple of seasons with us, and he was very, very popular in Japan, obviously, and that's where our love of Mallorca, Real Mallorca, came in Japan, and so we get quite a lot of viewers from there. Real Madrid, well, they get a lot of viewers from everywhere because they are the Spanish team, if you like, and they will get viewers from all over the world. And we've got another big match coming up very soon, and that is Barcelona, and that's going to be a home match. And I've already received messages asking how do we get tickets. Well, tickets are not going to be easy to come by. They are first come, first served. The places you can buy them, I suppose the number one place to buy them is actually online. If you go to the Real Mallorca website, which is rcdmallorca.es, rcdmallorca.es. The RCD is Real Club Deportivo Mallorca with double L in it, and they've got a ticketing section. The site's in English as well as in Spanish and Catalan, and you'll be able to get your tickets there if they're available. They will sell out very, very quickly, and they're going to be very expensive. So last season when we played Real Madrid, the tickets were up to €250 each, and that's selling them from the club. That's like the price, so that's where we sit. There are some cheaper seats again if they are available. What the price is for the Barcelona match, we won't know until a week or two beforehand. The ticket sales don't go on sale until a week or two beforehand. It's one of the things that's a big issue with La Liga, or Majorca. I don't know whether it's La Liga generally or just Majorca, but the tickets don't go on sale until a week or 2 weeks before the actual match takes place. And that's partly because we don't really know when they're going to be, when the matches are going to be. We only know the match dates for the next week or two in the future. After that, all the dates appear to be on a Sunday, but they won't be. The matches, they just said they're going to be on the weekend of that Sunday, and they can be on a Friday evening, they can be sometime during a Saturday, or sometime during a Sunday, or sometime even on a Monday evening. So you've got a pick of 4 days, and we don't know which one it's going to be until about 2 weeks before, sometimes 3 weeks before. And again, it's all to do with TV and TV rights. One of the things that's a little bit different with Spanish football is that no matches usually are played at the same time, except towards at the end of the season when they are put at the same time. But they try to make as many matches as possible at different times to maximise the television viewing, not just within Spain but throughout the world. La Liga is very popular all over the world. So we will have matches starting at 2 o'clock, and then the next one will be 4 o'clock, and the next one will be 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and they even have matches kicking off at 10 o'clock. So we've been to matches that haven't actually finished before midnight. So we're down at this part of the park. What have we got? Palmanova. So over there we've got some of the bars and restaurants that we go to. Tent hotel over there. And this is the children's park where we sometimes bring the grandchildren. Children's parks are great in the winter time, not so great in the summer because everything's just so hot. Oh, here's Anita back. Found a dress? Another dress?
Spoiled for choice, there's too many.
Oh no, now you've got my problem.
What do we drink here?
Spoiled for choice. Yeah. Time to stop for a coffee. Find a shady seat. This is the Paradise Beach Bar.
But if you struggle with credit in the past,
I've just had a nice coffee in the Paradise Beach Bar, and they've got some really big screens there where they've got the Sky News on, showing the Queen's coffin leaving Balmoral. Really sad occasion. So what more can you say? Times of reflection. So we're heading actually now towards the Santa Lucia Hotel, just along the promenade here. And we'll be seeking out what little shade there is as we go along. Beaches are really busy. That's what you'd expect on a Sunday, September. Spanish schools here in Mallorca will be, children anyway, will be returning tomorrow. In other parts of the country, Spain, they started last week like us. And I was reading in the newspaper this morning that there is a move to have the Mallorcan schools start a week earlier.
Ooh, that would go down very well.
Well, I know.
It will with parents.
Yeah, and the whole reason is, its problem is parents. Parents have got to somehow look after their children when they've gone back to work. So obviously a lot easier for parents if the children are at school. The thing though is that they don't do any more days. If they go back to school a little bit earlier, they'll have extra holidays at other times of the year. So someone's done a survey in the whole of Europe, and children generally do 170 to 180 days of schooling, and it doesn't matter which country you're in, they all do pretty much the same. It's just that those holidays will come at different times. So in England, and Scotland, and United Kingdom in general, we have half terms. here in Mallorca, their children don't get a half term. They might get 1 day off, or might even get 2 days off, but they don't particularly get a half term as such. And so it's a little bit different. And the argument here is that it's just too hot to have schools with children in July or in early in September or even August, as they do in Scotland. You couldn't possibly teach in those sorts of temperatures. Remembering that most of the state schools won't have any air conditioning. The best they can hope for is actually opening the windows. So I'm sure it's an argument that will go on, and I'm guessing that teachers won't be in favour of it either. It's really uncomfortable. And they probably go back to work anyway, beginning of September, in order to prepare their classes and their lessons for the ensuing year. Yeah, just looking over to the beach here, and yeah, the sea is where people need to be. It's the nice, cool place, I suppose. Lots of people in the sea, lots of people on the beach. This is going to take a photograph. We're going to head along the promenade, which goes around the Santa Lucia Hotel. And that's where Audrey is staying. Audrey's staying at the Santa Lucia. She's just sent me a message to say she's having a lazy day by the pool. Who can blame her? I hope she's in the shade. I hope she's got plenty of sun cream on, even if she's in the shade. So they're just tidying up here after breakfast. And they'll be preparing for lunch. We've actually got a nice bit of shade here, which I'll enjoy this. Puts up a parasol. Britannia Jet is going across. That's the one which has the submarine vision. So you can actually go down below decks there and have a look at what's under the sea. We do have lots of cruise liners coming to Majorca, and one that's actually in today is the Queen Elizabeth. Not sure, we're going to try and get in to see that. Not sure whether we will.
Can we not see it from here?
It's a bit far away and can't tell what's what over there, but it will be over in that direction somewhere. But, I thought that was quite ironic, is that the right word?
Fitting.
Fitting. As the Queen's coffin leaves Balmoral, we've got our very own Queen Elizabeth visiting us here in Majorca. Just coming to the Santa Lucia area. So, people getting their shady spots to sit out, read a book, just enjoy the views. The views are really pretty from the Santa Lucia. They do have a roof terrace as well, where the views are even more spectacular. And the beach in front of us is the San Matías beach. It is equally busy and crowded with huge numbers of people in the sea.
I love to be nosy and see what people are reading.
Anita is an avid reader. She's always reading. If she's not knitting, she's reading. She's very nosy to see what people are actually reading on their holidays this summer. Just looking out for something for her to look out for. So Shauna, it's your birthday tomorrow, and we're actually going to go into the Santa Lucia Hotel today. So we're going to meet someone. So very happy birthday to Shauna. His birthday it is tomorrow. We can go up the marble staircase. Santa Lucia Hotel has got this really privileged position of being jutting out onto the headland into the sea. 4-star hotel, one that our family have enjoyed over the years. Through the double doors into the air conditioning. Is it cool in here? Yeah. We'll go and see if we can find what Audrey's left for us. Well, we're really happy that we managed to catch up with Audrey from Cardiff, and Anita's got some nice new patterns that she can.
Some Welsh cakes, thank you very much.
Yeah, enjoy. So really, thank you very much. Really nice to you. And carry on making the comments because we love reading them.
Yeah, you know. I said, oh, I got a comment on this one. We're off to the Chinese market, and we're off to tomorrow to Puerto. Yeah, so we're going there.
All right.
So
it's good to see that you're actually getting out of the hotel. Some people come and they just stay in the hotels all day, and
don't do that.
I think you need to see the island. It's a beautiful place.
Oh, it is. You know, we just jump on the local bus.
Yeah.
You know, and off we go, and then we're back late afternoon.
Yeah.
Time for a swim, siesta, out for the night.
I like the idea of the siesta.
Yeah, we've got to cool off after.
It's a great Spanish invention.
It is, isn't it? Oh, we love our siestas. You know, we end up going to the Chinese restaurant next door and have a cold drink.
Yeah.
Their glasses of ice cold from the freezer, and it's so nice. But because I'm a celiac, I've got to have gluten-free. It's not very nice gluten-free, but there you go.
Anyway, thanks very much.
Oh, you're
and
welcome.
We look forward
It's
to
great
seeing you again.
seeing you.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, well, I'm relieved and happy that we've managed to see Audrey, because I was getting a little bit worried we were going to actually walk out of the hotel with the kind gifts that she's left us, which are these knitting patterns for Anita, and not be able to say thank you in person. But we've been able to do that, and that's really hope
Made your day, darling.
made my day. Yes.
Just need a
and
win.
your day.
And mine, definitely. Yeah.
You're the one with all the knitting patterns.
Just need a win now.
Yeah, so it's getting up to it's after 11:30 now, so we've got to be heading back and getting ready to go and watch our football match this afternoon. We're due to go for lunch at 1:30, and Anita's still hunting for the dress. Well, Anita's got a dress, so something suitable to. Is this the going out dress, the evening dress?
No, it's just for wearing around the house to keep it cool.
Wearing around the house dress. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, does it?
It's got to be cool and comfortable.
Well, we're going to be heading back towards the car now, because we've got this very important date with the football match. And just still looking for more dresses. Now, that's the sort of shirt I need, isn't it? Something like that. Hey, what do you think? In a super grande.
bloody hell.
Just getting past Lady Di's. While I've been waiting for Anita in the shops while she's been looking at dresses, I've been reading some of your comments, in particular about the sad loss of our Queen. And it's very sad to us. It's something we feel quite deeply, both of us, as she's formed such a big part of our lives. And it's not just the British people, it's the Spanish people as well. I think they relate very closely to the British monarchy, and much of that stems from Queen Victoria, who was effectively the great-grandmother of the royalty of Europe, and particularly the Spanish royalty. So King Felipe of Spain was one of the first to send his messages of condolence to King Charles and the rest of the royal family. The next week or so are going to be quite sad weeks, but lots of happy memories of a queen who served her country like no other for such a long time. Going past the roadside of the Calablanca. It's a multicoloured driveway. I think it might be growing on me. I've seen it so often now. I think when I first saw it I thought, wow, that's a bit garish, but maybe getting old. Pardon? Mike and Teresa. I'm concerned that Anita had lost me.
Found him.
Found me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Yeah, all good. I was Michael who messaged you last night.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
We really like to receive those messages. It's really good.
Oh,
and
well, it's nice to
Yeah.
watch your videos.
yeah,
It's been interesting, it really has, and
Yeah.
it's been so lovely to see.
yeah,
And in one of your ones that you've done, you was walking along the seafront, and our daughter and son-in-law was out in May, and I said, that's Lisa and Martin, and it was.
Yes.
We ran it all, and you've got them on video.
it's amazing how often that happens. You know, it's,
Yes.
I've seen somebody I know there. It's really good.
No,
Yeah,
it's been lovely.
Yeah.
It's been lovely.
So is there any little marketplaces along the front?
No, you see,
Yeah.
they're just these pop-up things that happen in the evening in Palmanova. There's no sort of permanent market. They've tried in Magaluf with this, it's called a hippie market, which is just
That's
at the
right, I saw that,
weekends.
yeah.
But the closest one is Son Ferrer, really, the proper market where, and that's really a bus trip out.
Yeah. Oh, right.
I'm not sure what day that is.
Friday.
It's on a Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Just missed it.
So I went all the way to the end, and he phoned me and said I'm at the Santa Lucia.
I never moved from the first shop she went into. So anyway,
mind.
she found me. We've got a football to watch now, and football
yeah,
match
you
to
like
watch.
football, don't you?
Yeah, we like to watch Mallorca, so they're playing this afternoon. Just hope we don't get beaten too badly. Nice to meet you. Thanks very much. Really nice to meet Mike and Teresa, who sent me a message last night actually asking me about markets here in Palmanova, which is, I think, was pretty much what I began with. Palmanova doesn't have a regular market to speak of. We do have the Europe Day, and some of you may have seen me on Europe Day, and I think I will continue to be involved with that in the future. And then they do have one or two others which I'm guessing are to do with local fiestas, but I'm not sure when they are. Christmas is usually something at Christmas, though last one was a bit of a washout. We came down and it was pouring with rain, wasn't it?
That wasn't at Christmas.
That wasn't that just before Christmas? I think it was, and it was absolutely chucking it down. So, a bit of a disaster for a market that's occasional, and happens to pour down with rain on that particular day. I've just opened up for you.
Ha! Voila!
Trampolines, they will open up later on this evening. That's a favourite with the youngsters. And
Luna will be on hers now.
yes, Luna's having her birthday party today, and one of her presents was a trampoline. So she'll be bouncing up and down on that, I guess. I think they've probably now got no room for anything else in the garden with a trampoline now. And yesterday they had another of their birthday presents, which was tickets to go to Longleat. So they've now got an annual pass to go to Longleat, which is
So we'll be going there as well.
not too far from where they live. So yeah. So on our next journey to the UK, Christmas maybe, we can do Christmas at Longleat. So look forward to doing videos from there. I really do enjoy videoing animals. Big and small, so from insects and bugs to elephants. Really do enjoy videoing these animals, and Longleat is, I imagine, I've never been to a Longleat, one of the good places to do that. So yeah, look out for that around Christmas time. We've got no firm plans yet for Christmas. It's all sort of a bit fluid.
It will be sorted out for us.
They will sort it out, and we've got to sort out flights, which is going to be the difficult part. There are a lot less flights in the winter, so actually getting back to the UK is it's going to be a bit of an issue. Some of the airports that we usually fly to, like Bournemouth, Southampton, even Bristol, have very limited or no flights at all. So, but London is always an option, and if we're going to London, then Gatwick is our airport of choice. Just that we can get on the train in the airport and then go to wherever we need to go. Though I'm also looking at the possibility of London City. Never flown to London City, but British Airways have got a flight to London City that might be an option for us. If any of you have got any thoughts, let me know.
British Airways will be really good to go with. Case.
Yeah, British Airways is a little bit different from your Ryanairs and your EasyJets, who now want to charge for everything. British Airways do charge for a case, so if you want to take a suitcase, you can do, but you pay for it. It's not as much as Ryanair or EasyJet charge.
23 for the case, wasn't it?
And so yeah, so with British Airways you pay for a case.
Yes. No, you
But
don't.
yes, you do. Oh, little family argument here.
Do you? To pay extra for a case?
I'm afraid so. But what they do include is 2 bags, so you can take on your little rucksacky thing and a wheelie bag, which you pay extra for on the other airlines. And we normally get by quite well with a wheelie bag and a little rucksack.
Not at Christmas.
Not at Christmas, Anita. That's healthy. You can take your 23 kilo case on board. And then yes, but you can do that, and it's not a lot of money with the British Airways flight. So only €12.
Get it booked up.
The issue is really how we get from London City to wherever we're going to, which is probably going to be Fareham. And that I need to do a little bit of research on and find out the most convenient way, and hope that trains are not on strike at that time of the year, as they seem to be at the moment. So when we came past McDonald's earlier this morning, the sandglass shop was closed and now it's open. The next two along are closed. I'm still guessing they will probably open later on today. And be open for the afternoon or evening. It's just turned midday actually. I've just seen a tandem. You see tandems very often, do you? There you go, there's a tandem. A mobility scooter made for two. Daisy, Daisy, your answer to the fish that eat the dead skin off your feet.
Yeah, no, so I just thought.
Or you can just go to the Portals House beach and they do it there for free.
We've just got this one in red.
Very nice, dear.
It's a bit nano, grandma, great-grandma.
Great-grandma, all right. I'll take your word for it, dear. Nice works of art on there, really nice. Bronzes. And we're back now to the first beach, which is filled up. And the coaches are still arriving. I think you'll find that September's going to be another really good month here in Mallorca. Obviously, less children and more adults, so a different sort of tourism. I think we're going to be doing really well. In fact, right through till October and the October half term. But looking at the way flights are going there, I'm guessing that Majorca is still going to be shutting down after that October half term, so in the beginning of November things will start to close, particularly in places like Palmanova, Magaluf and Santa Ponsa. Next year seems to be a bit of an issue. There doesn't seem to be the optimism that there has been over 2022. The optimism's faded considerably, and people are suggesting that 2023 will be a much more difficult year for businesses. We actually have a holiday booked for 2023, and I think come the new year I might actually start looking at that holiday again, with the possibility of rebooking it. So at the moment we've paid €100 deposit to fix the price, but I think that with next year becoming a little bit tricky, we could actually rebook it, lose the deposit and save money. So that'll be an interesting one. We'll have to wait till the new year for that. I don't think anything's going to happen now, but if bookings are going to be down for next summer, then they've got to make it a lot more attractive, and the way they can do that is to offer large discounts. So we'll see what happens, and possibly rebook. It's happened with rent-a-cars. This summer rent-a-cars have gone through the roof, and some people have discovered that they can actually just book one and get it cheaper, and then forget the one that they've already ordered. You might lose a deposit.
Yvonne did that on the mainland.
So I think there's going to be lots of little tricks to save money next year, and you need to be aware of all of them. Coming towards the end of our promenade walk. There's a white Bentley across the road, and I thought it was a white Bentley that we saw earlier, but it's not. What we saw earlier was a German registered Bentley, and that one was Spanish registered. Anywhere here?
In the shade.
In the shade. We're going to go for a shady spot. If you're a car lover, then Mallorca is a place where you see lots of nice cars. We're both dissolving in the heat here, so it's time for us to go home, and therefore to say bye for now. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video from wherever that may be, and bye from me.
Bye.
See you in the next one. Bye. So just as a little postscript to this particular video, if you do like cars, then there's nothing better perhaps than a red one. And there you go, a little red Ferrari parked here in Palmanova with an English number plate.